Hi folks, Exeter Rider. This week again I am in the at the ABR festival. Hello, there you go. So this week I am trying the Interceptor 650. I have done this video before, which was a full review back in the early days before I had 4K and all the fancy equipment. So this bike is known by many. It's a brilliant bike that goes up against the Triumph T100, I think it's fair to say. This particular one is around £6,500 with the chrome finish. I mean, I've ridden it before. It's a brilliant bike. It's got loads of power low down, and yeah, it's actually outsold the GS for at least 2 years running. I'm not sure what the stats are this year, but bang for buck, you know, in Royal Enfield's way, it's a very popular, well-priced bike. So I'll catch you when I'm out on the road. Back out on an Interceptor again. Feels lovely, like an old slipper. Brilliant. They really leap along, these bikes. Where's that other bike? Bikes all over the place here. Great fun. Really nice the way these bikes deliver their power. Now that I got back on this bike, I think that realistically this is probably the bike that would suit me most out of the Enfield range. I thought it might have been the Scram, but in the end this seems to be taking it for me at the moment. Riding along roads like this, you can really take in the scenery. There is no screen, so you know, you feel like you're immersed in the countryside. Runs out of puff quite quickly, but you get up there quite quickly as well. Red line is only at, well, 7,500, which isn't a lot, of course. The rear brake is a bit of a strange one because it's right up tight against the crankcase. But at the end of the day, that's why this bike outsold the GS for however many number of years. I don't know if it still is, but the value that you get out your £6,500 is fantastic. It's not really a bike I'd want to tour on. You know, you could tour on any bike, of course, but I'd just rather have something that was a bit more set up for an adventure than this, really. Be nice to have a gear indicator as well, actually, just so you know where you are on that side of things when you come to a stop. Just killed a butterfly then, poor thing. Yeah, it's beautiful the way this delivers the power though. Loads and loads of mid-range. Not bad low down either. Don't know where they come from. Monkey bike going off-road there. What a perfect day for it. A bimble on the old Interceptor. This is my last ride of the ABR festival weekend. So I'm going to get off of this, go and have a coffee with one of my subscribers, stroke friends now, Paul. Going to have a quick coffee, and he's going to make his way back on his GS 1250, and I'm going to make my way back to Exeter. As I say, I really like the Interceptor. I thought that the 350 Classic was going to be my cup of tea. Kind of fell short for me because I wanted a bit more power. The Scram was I only rode that off-road. That makes a lot of sense, that bike. For £4,500 you get a lot for your money. Opens up new doors as well, going off-road. Join the clubs and the TRF clubs and stuff. But I think the Scepter still takes it for me. And they look good as well, don't they? They sound awesome, and they look good. They sound awesome when they're going along as well. As good as what they do when they're idling at the traffic lights. Yeah, so for the money, as I say, I think you get a lot for your money. And of course you can accessorise it as well. There's lots of different things you can buy for it, you know, whether you go for the Royal Enfield stuff or the aftermarket gear. Loads of it, whether it's like saddlebags on the side or, you know, top boxes, which kind of ruin the look, but they are there for a practical reason. But you can get all of that with it, you know, fly screens and big screens and all that. They would be quite difficult to clean. If it was me, I'd probably invest in a spray gun. You know, I'd probably wash this, you know, rather than washing it with a sponge. That would be a bit of a pain in the ass, I'd imagine, getting in all the scaffolding and the chassis. And of course, with it being a lot, you know, it's quite a lot of chrome on this particular one, whether it's on the tank or on the exhaust, which looks great, but takes more looking after as well. There's nothing more annoying when you've got a nice chrome bike and you go out for a run and it gets splattered with, you know, mud and crap. And again, that's a bit of a deal breaker for me, because I don't want to be getting home with that on my head, knowing that I've got to find time to wash my bike. But then again, that's me. Many other people would just ride it and get on with it and then bring it home and just wash it every now and then. You know what, folks, I'm going to leave it here. I recommend the Interceptor. It is a bike that you need to try. I want to thank you very much for watching and your time watching. Please do like and subscribe. That makes a massive difference to me. Makes it more worthwhile as well. And I'll catch you next week. Thanks for coming along. I will also put a card up actually at the end, maybe even now, up here, for the original review that I made of this bike. Just so you can see that, but do bear in mind that it was in the early days, so just make allowances for that. Camera's a bit shaky to say the least. But thanks very much, and I will see you next week on the next video.